Welcome. So it is week 3 of GGLeagues Winter Elite Rocket League season here, and on tonight's broadcast we have Cardinal Esports against the Replay Stallion Academies. Now we've seen the Replay Stallion Academies quite often here on the broadcast, and so far they're doing fairly well. They definitely had a bounce back week last week, and so I'm looking forward to what they can bring out tonight. And so your casters for today evening are myself, Sarah, and I am joined by Sis. So, Sis, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty well, actually. Excited to see some of this Rocket League action. I had a chance to go back and watch these two teams play. I've seen some replays of both, checked out the ranks of both players. Seems like hopefully it'll be a pretty even match. So excited to see this gameplay and get things started.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it as well, and we are going to hop into it basically right away. So, there it is. We are into the first game here. You know, they got started a little bit ahead of us, but that's okay. The score is all tied up at 0, and it looks to be like the Cardinals seem to have a little bit of the momentum early. Now it's JP, he's up for it, was priming the flip reset, didn't quite get it, and now we're watching Cord. He's trying to posture a bit back, but that is going to be a shot by Jew, the Cardinal player there, with a pretty good shot, even though it went a little wide.
Good chance here for Cord. He's trying to get it off the backboard. Can he doomsday it in? No. Play was on the backboard there. Still trying to get something going. Some good pressure here from the Stallions. A big clear to the midfield. Cord up quickly, but player of the Cardinals up way faster for that one. Good midfield challenges so far here I'm seeing Cyro. They're trying to control the pitch, the tone. It seems just like the filling out period. A little bit of back and forth going on.
Yeah, you're definitely right there about the feeling each other out right now. But both teams are having some close opportunities, we'll say. But this is going to be a shot from the Cardinals player. It does go up, but Jay Peets is there in the midfield. He gets that good touch, and it's just going to harmlessly transfer possession once more. Both these teams trying to set up the right play, but interrupting one another, so nothing is getting off the ground right now, though both teams are definitely looking for something, as Jay Peets does get a demo there.
Boost management is a big key factor here. It seems like the Stallions a little bit more on their back end a lot of times. Cardinals controlling the big boost pretty well, but they haven't been able to have a lot of offensive opportunities, but still maybe those boost grabs will lead to something. They're a little bit awkward on the backboard. We'll get the clear out. Cord looking for the infield pass. That's a great shot from Gork, but it's just too high off the crossbar. Still dangerous. JP's a quick follow-up, but it'll get saved away.
Yeah, JP's with a floater touch at the end there. It was threatening, but ultimately it was saved by the Cardinals defense. So now it's going to be Cord who puts it up, trying to make the solo play here. He passes that along, but it is going to get broken up there. And so JP now has possession of the ball. He puts that up. But once again, this midfield is where the plays seem to stop. And ooh, that's a dangerous shot above the crossbar. The crash comes in, but ultimately it is cleared out there. Gork is playing this one off the corner, tries to find the centering pass. Not going to happen though. But JP, he is going to find that deep touch into the corner, puts it up, and oh, Gork just couldn't quite find the dunk there.
Defense of the Cardinals looking a little bit shaky here. A few good shot opportunities. Not a lot going on, but it's enough to ruffle their feathers. That's a good chance here for K Cairo, but it's still off. Can Herxes get up there? No, he can't either. A little bit of a whiff there. Oh, Gork will try to follow on the counter. I'm noticing a lot of these players from the Stallions, they're looking for each other at the midfield. They're trying to hit each other on a quick outlet pass. Cardinals have intercepted a few times, but I like the vision from the team. Still, though, a scoreless game as we're approaching 1 minute to go.
Yeah, this game is definitely a lot closer, and that one did turn towards net, but Cord with the pass out, it goes to JP's on the wall. JP's is trying to look for a centering touch here. He gets it, puts it back out, but Gork just wasn't quite on pace with the ball there, so he sends that up the wall. He does have a prime opportunity here. He gets a complete reset, and just like that, the tied game at 0 piece is broken as Gork takes up the first goal with an excellent solo effort.
I'll leave it to Gork. He had so much time and space on that ball. Nice, excellent touch to set up that aerial, and then gets the flip reset at the last second to get it in to finally put someone on the scoreboard after a 4-minute drought from both these teams. Looking good now for the Stallions. Can they hold on?
Ooh, hopefully they can, but 1-goal leads aren't always the safest. So it is going to be the Cardinals having to go on to the offense here if they want to tie this game up. With 40 seconds left on the clock, it is a bit of a tall order, but they should be able to do it. But Cord tries to clear it, can't quite get it, but JP's is there, and that's a bit of an artillery shot, puts it on target, so Hurricks is there to pick it up for the save, puts it for the Cairo there, who just can't quite find the touch needed, and that goes the other way and off the inside of the post, but JP's is there for the rebound and secures it.
Cardinals kind of got desperate there. They wanted to send everyone for that ball, but the last minute just caught lacking there on the quick counterattack goal from JP. It's 2-0 now, 19 seconds to go. Unless the Cardinals get a kickoff goal, it's looking slim for them chances-wise to take this first game.
Yeah, so it looks like the first game is going to go over to the replay Stallions right now because they are just running down the clock. They're in the offensive end, and as the dying seconds start ticking down, it seems like Cardinals just can't get a good touch. And as I say that, they put it just high of the crossbar, but it's a little bit too little too late. And now it's just trying to get a little bit of momentum before the game ends.
Ball will hit the ground in game number 1 on Neo Tokyo. Pretty evenly matched game, I feel like, Sarah. It was pretty close back and forth throughout that game. And the last minute, the Stallions just charged ahead to finally take that lead in this game. But I mean, first thoughts on that initial game, I feel like the midfield was being challenged a lot, but it didn't seem like the Cardinals could really set up a lot in terms of their offense.
Yeah, JP's is just an absolute menace when it comes to interrupting the game flow, but it seems like we're just going to hop straight into the game too. So in these opening seconds, what do you think the Cardinals have to change up to be successful?
Well, the biggest thing I noticed from the Stallions was they were looking for each other a lot on the outlets, on the midfield. They were trying to hit passes, quick 1-2 passes. The Cardinals playing a lot more offensive solo plays, and that's not always a bad thing, but when you have a lot of teammates spread out like that and you're only going for solo plays, you're going to get shut down a lot. And I think the biggest key coming into this game for them, just fighting each other on these outlets. Speaking of outlets, maybe the backward pass here. This is a good shot opportunity, but no, it's saved away by Court.
Yeah, and suddenly in this match, it seems like the flow is being reversed because it's Cardinals with nothing but the offense in the opening 30 seconds. So they've had a couple opportunities. Correx with a great challenge there to keep the possession in the offensive end. So Court comes off, does get the touch. Correx with a pass to Joe, but Joe doesn't quite commit to the touch-up, and that just gets put over their head, and Court finds the first go-ahead goal.
I think maybe a little bit of a miscue here. Very awkward ball, and Cord with a ground pinch manages to get so much power on that. And I don't blame Ju there for just not being able to read that play. I don't think he expected that ball to get so much power. Nonetheless, just like that, the Stallions opening up the scoring.
Yeah, so they were able to hold on to a 1-goal lead last time, but that was only for a minute. This time they need to do it for 4, and that's definitely a taller task. So Gork buries this one in the corner, centers it out. Court is there, but it looks like Court is going to find the touch, but Kikairo is there to get the stop. Now Correx with the transition clear, but Court just sitting back there on rotation is able to immediately transition back and keep the pressure back on the Cardinals. But this is an opportunity now as Correx sets it into the corner, but it just feels like they're getting beat on rotations now.
A little bit awkward here, maybe a little bit panicky on these touches, getting a little bit confused here. Cord, that's a nice bounce to the middle. Gork almost able to finish that one. Now we see the Cardinals getting stuck a little bit on their own defensive half. This is a good opportunity for JP. He gets one touch, trying to get the second one, draws out a 50. I think the Cardinals here, they're just trying to get a ball out, but they're running low on boost, they're running low on mental fortitude here. Finally, it looks like they get a ball pass, but it's JP's there again, just gonna be follow-up.
Yeah, this is what I mean by JP. It's just being a menace, always there to challenge, always there on the rotation. And he's just such a great disruptor. It's so easy to break up a team's flow if they can't set anything up. And he's just doing a great job, as we see once again, he's able to get the save, get the transition started. And now a bit of a backwards touch there puts the Cardinals on the defensive footing, but Herex is able to get the strong clear. That is going to go wide, but nevertheless a good touch. So a centering pass there, Kikairo is not going to be there because JP's is there in the air. Always the first one up from the fields of it, and that's exactly what needs to happen. And Gork just dunks that over top of the Cardinals defenseman.
Stallions just one step ahead of this Cardinals defense. JP's a nice double touch to the middle off the pinch. Cairo cheated up just too close there on the front post. Didn't expect that ball to go so far. And 2 unanswered goals now as we're approaching halftime. The Cardinals still have really yet to have a meaningful offensive possession.
Yeah, I agree with you there. And just like that, we saw that offensive challenge didn't quite go their way. So they do have to get the save off the backboard there. Now it is Herex with a poor touch towards the net. JP does get the save credit there. Puts that towards the midfield where Joe is there to be able to pick that one back up. Tries to get the redirect towards the net, but not quite able to on that tough angle. So this goes right over across midfield. Nobody's quite up to get the touch. but JP picks it up on the far wall. He's going to look for a centering pass here for Cord. And, ooh, they had the coordination, and that ball still manages to trickle in.
It looked like he saved his teammate's own shot here. JP's the pass in the midfield, and he actually did save it, but it was just enough to actually throw off Cairo. Cairo not expecting that touch from him. Just the slightest little touch there to get around the opponent. It's the least unexpected thing you could do, and it works out well for them. 3 goals now. Cardinals, he has to find an answer.
So Cairo is up for this one, but unfortunately doesn't find the aerial touch needed, and it is a easy save for Cord. So now Gort goes up for it, knows he won't be able to touch that one. Joe finds the touch without boost. Not much more can happen as JP's pick breaks apart that offensive play. Cairo's once there, puts it off the backboard. Gork is able to get a solid touch, but picked up in the midfield. It seems like whoever gets past the midfield gets a decent amount of time on offense. And right now it's the Cardinals who have that chance, but JP wins that 50 in the midfield, but without boost, he isn't going to chase this one down too much. But picks up that big boost in the Cardinals' defensive end, and this is a dangerous ball. It is cleared, but JP is there, and he keeps it in the offensive end. This man is just everywhere, breaking up all the transitions that he can.
Stallions just refusing to let go of the gas pedal right now. They have 3 goals. They say, no, it's not enough. We're going to keep going, punish you while you're down. Here, this is another good opportunity, but saved away by Joe. Now Cord on the follow, trying to keep this high and up, wasting as much time as they can while still trying to be threatening. Right now, the Cardinals have been on defense for really the last minute, and it doesn't really look like it's slowing down.
Yeah, so 40 seconds left on the clock, 3-goal deficit, and the Stallions with the offensive pressure and momentum. It is going to be a tough order if the Cardinals want anything in this game, and they might not get it, but a good touch there. It slots it right under the crossbar, and suddenly the Cardinals are on the board. 30 seconds left, 2 goals. It will be a tough order for them.
Joe originally there was going to go for the demo, and he just got a ball launched right at him. He said, all right, let me just touch this really quick. Gets the nice little redirect. 2 goals down, 29 seconds to go. It's hard. It's not impossible, but they're going to need another goal pretty quickly.
Yes, pretty quickly is the name of the game, and unfortunately, if you put it right on the defenseman, you're not going to get it because they just go for the deep clears right now. And JP's with a great touch off that backboard. And suddenly, it's a 3-goal game once again, and the Stallions are looking to put themselves up 2 games.
JP's just crushed the hopes and dreams there of the Cardinals. They had a little bit of a light at the end of the tunnel, and he said, nah, let me just hit this incredible backboard read. Gets the touch, nicely played, nice pass in the outlet, and it looks like game number 2 will be heavily in favor of the Stallions yet again.
Yep, so dying seconds here. It's going to be a quick countdown. Now, hopefully the Cardinals just want to get something. They want to keep their mental strong. They want to have one more decent play. But at this point, they might just want to put it down because the Stallions, they're looking for something here as well. As this ball just keeps going up. It's refusing to touch the ground right now. But I think it's going to... Nope. Gore keeps it up there. Cairo's there for it. But the triple commit there does seal the game. So the Stallions pick up game 2.
I did not think that ball was ever going to hit the ground. They kept hitting it up and up. There really wasn't a big point for the Cardinals to keep it up. I mean, I guess a goal for the road, but I mean, you look at the scoreboard here, it felt like it was pretty evenly matched in terms of shots. The Cardinals only 1 less shot than the Stallion, but look at the Stallion, 6 saves compared to the Cardinals, only 3 saves. So I feel like looking at these stat lines, looking at the scoreboard, still pretty heavily in favor of the Stallions, just based on the way they were executing their opportunities.
Yeah, it does seem like the shot percentage is better for the side of the Stallions. They're a lot more accurate, but also the type of plays they're going for. I'm not going to say they're a higher skill level, but they're a lot more aerial, a lot more team-based. And so we saw it with the JPs in front of the net with a quick redirect, then getting that follow-up touch at the backboard. It's a team play that the Stallions are playing, where the Cardinals, they're getting the shots, but not necessarily the follow-up. So it's looking a little rough for the Cardinals, and I think they need to be better at challenging in the air, especially on defense. So with that said, we are going to hop into game 3 right now. And so in your opinion, do the Cardinals have a chance for the rest of the series, or are we just watching the Stallions stampede away?
Just based on how we've seen them perform so far, I feel like the Stallions have to take it. For the simple fact that, like you mentioned, we need to see the Cardinals up faster in the air. We need to see them challenging more, get better touches, better execution. They're just a step behind on every play, it seems, so far. So unless they can change that, unless they can adjust this game, which they clearly have the potential to, I feel like it's gonna go a 3-0 sweep in favor of the Stallions.
Yeah, well, this is a best of 7, so while 3 games ahead does put a insurmountable amount of pressure onto the Cardinals, they could potentially start the turnaround right now in Game 3 as they do pick up the first go-ahead goal of the game.
That's a good start there. JP's almost got back to that ball, trying to get the pinch out. Wasn't able to get there fast enough as he was going for the corner boost. But yeah, that's a fantastic start for the Cardinals. We haven't seen that from them. So it's definitely what you want to see. If they can keep it going, though, that's the question of the night. That's a great shot from Gork and a nice save from Cairo.
Yeah, so Cairo getting up for that was absolutely pivotal here because giving away your go-ahead goal that early just feels so terrible. But that is a great centering pass and couldn't quite find the person in the mid center field there. And that's a bit of a heartbreaker there because you know the Cardinals had that one lined up and sighted. Just a little bit of a mistiming, but now it's the Stallions with some offensive pressure here. JP is up for it, puts it a little bit wide towards that near post. It gets popped over him. Joe with a couple 1 challenges and is looking to carry this one deep. Looking for a centering pass right now, but JP is there to break it up. Correx is slow off the ground, so JP carries this one threateningly into the offensive end. Now looking for a center of his own. Has 2 in the midfield, and they put it high. Gork with the shot, Joe with the save, and now it's Correx here. She can't get it quite past Gork, and suddenly it's still, or not necessarily suddenly, but still a 1-0 game for the Cardinals.
That's a good 50 from Gork. Is it just going to go in the net? Yes, it is. All the Cardinals players expecting a better 50 here. It looked like their third man went for the corner boost, and Gork just absolutely reads that play like a book. Cairo not able to get back. He thought his third man was back, and that's how you answer if you're the Stallions.
Yeah, so 1-1, 3:14 left on the clock. Now the Cardinals have come out with life in this game, but if they get careless, if they get sloppy, they will lose it. So that was a decent attempt at net, but Horex was slow off the ground once there, and Cord, oh, he puts that underneath the crossbar, but it still bounces out, which is devastating because you know the Stallions want that go-ahead goal. But right now, it's a little bit of keep me up, and that one almost gets dunked, but Cairo's there for the save. And now Horex is up for this one. It's going a little bit past his nose, but he gets the touch right onto JP's, who's able to read all these transition plays pretty accurately. It's kind of scary.
Midfield challenges really coming out here now for both teams. JP's up quickly. No enough for the Cardinals. They're electing to wait. That was a wise choice here as they get a free clear out of it. Now Cord has to make this touch to the corner, and he does so. See the pass to the midfield, and that's a miss by Gork, and another close one there, but saved away by Gork. That 50 almost finding his way to the back of the net, but still 1-1 past halftime. Now Gork looking for the double touch. Can he get it down? No, he doesn't have enough boost to get that one. Cord though for the quick follow, the shot to the top left, and Cord puts it away.
Yeah, so the Stallions, they have their head goal in this third game right now. And so Gork, great solo effort, but it was Cord who put it away. And you know the Cardinals want that goal back because they had such a good opportunity right before that they feel like should have went in, and I think that threw them a little bit off because they were expecting that goal there. But either way, you have to play the cards or the ball that you're dealt, and right now it is in favor of the Stallions. Though the Cardinals are on attack, but that is broken up by Cord there with a good transition. Gets it past 2, but Rex is there to challenge in the corner. He puts it out, but Gork is there first, and it just seems like the Cardinals are a little bit behind the pace.
Yeah, it seems they're unfortunately falling back into their first weary woes of the game number 1 and 2. They're getting stuck on defense way too long. They're getting so much pressure on their own end that when they finally get a little bit of an outlet, it goes right back to another counter. That's a good shot from Herxes, but still an easy save from Cord. They're looking comfortable on defense. Now the counter can be here again for JP. He's going to take a quick shot. It'll be saved away to the corner again. That's a good read from Cord. They're going to go over to the corner, and they're just trying to keep as much pressure on this Cardinal defense as they can. Force a mistake like that. That's a dangerous whiff, but Joe is there for the clear.
Yeah, Cairo tries to clear that one, doesn't quite get it. And these balls are just constantly finding dead space for the Cardinals defense, and they're scary, but Horex puts it back towards their own goal, and lucky that no one from the Stallions was there to clean up that dumped ball, because that was poor positioning there, or poor placement at least. But Horex is going to try and walk this one out. Does get it past center field, but JP is there to keep them defensive end, and with 35 seconds on the clock, the Stallions are racing ahead in this game.
Have a really good chance here. Maybe their only chance to finish it off. That's a good shot, but a good save from JP. It's under 20 seconds, or close to 20 seconds to go now. JP's on the 1v1, gets it past Joe. Can he get the 50 and follow-up? Beats out one, dangerous ball, backflip. But everyone on the Stallions is playing back. They're just trying to play defense here. Joe off the ceiling, has the flip. Can he get past one? No, a double whiff there for the Cardinals, and Core's gonna clear it away. Is he gonna go straight to the net? He's getting bumped, Car on the net. Core, can he finish it away? Yes, he can. And just like that, the Stallions executing yet another picture-perfect game.
I don't know if it's picture perfect because the Cardinals did get one on them, but with that said, they have a 2-goal lead with 3 seconds left. And for all intents and purposes, the Stallions, they're going to pick up game 3 here and move towards match point. But the clock has to hit 0 first, and that means the ball has to hit the ground. But with that done now, it is the Stallions with the match point up ahead in game 4. But it was great to see some life out of the Cardinals there. They tried to spread their wings, and well, they had a lot more saves this time around with a total of 7 saves, but it was the Stallions with a staggering 12 shots.
Yeah, those 12 shots, crazy stat line. And then when you have 7 saves as well to go along with it, the 7 saves are great. Getting those clears is great. It means you have good defense. But when you're still getting beat 3-1, those saves, those clears, they aren't going to get you goals. They aren't going to win you the games. You need them, absolutely. But until you can figure out how to use your teammates to put the ball into the net more, you're going to be lacking behind. And we saw there was a good attempt, a good run from the Cardinals, but it's still the Stallions that is having the offense one step ahead of the Cardinals right now. And now they're staring down a match point. It is getting only harder and harder. This ladder is getting steeper and steeper, and it's looking rough if you're a Cardinals fan.
Yeah, you said it pretty well there that if the Cardinals want to win this series, they now need to reverse sweep the Stallions. And the Stallions have had a pretty dominating performance so far, clipping the wings of the Cardinals. But the Cardinals did get a goal. They had opportunities there. They had saves. They need to up their pace because right now the Stallions are just playing a quicker game of Rocket League, and you can tell that. So with that said, we are going to hop into game 4 here on the first kickoff. Rex puts it over to the side, and it is Cairo who gets the next follow-up touch. Is going to put that one in the corner. Doesn't quite find the center field on it.
You know, maybe a good chance here for the Cardinals, starting off strong off the kickoff. It's going to be a big clear to the other side, but Cairo's there for the cleanup. Can you get a double touch? No boost, though, and JP's will hit it to the midfield. Gork is up quickly, looking for the double touch. He's going to be able to hit it. No, just couldn't quite get that read. And the Cardinals going on the counterattack here now, looking for another opportunity to pass to the midfield, but Joe's a little too late, and Gork will clear to the midfield, where Cairo's waiting.
Yeah, and then JP breaks up that wall, or he breaks up that play right on the wall there, and this ball could roll into the net, but Court is there back in time to save it. And so a bit of a cross-action map play here for JP, but it gets broken up by Cairo, who swipes in, takes it, and oh, he just puts that wide on the far side of the net there. Prime opportunity, not quite going to find it. Now JP's putting it wide, though. These shots are starting to come in, though. The pressure is mounting. And Cord there with a bit of a missed touch is picked up by Hurex next, puts it in, but JP's once there, following through on the rotation and not quite getting the touch he wants on that play.
You know, the Stallions looking to get some sort of offense going here. Cairo, low boost on his back, where the Lex clears down to the sidewall. Gordon waiting patiently in the corner, will clear it down, big boom to the side. Joe looking to control, hits around the corner, but he gets his boost taken. Pass to the midfield, Gordon's gonna be sniped down to the field again. A lot of ping pong action, a lot of back and forth bangs between the two teams, trying to clear the ball out of their half. That's a good aerial there from Herxes. It's still floating dangerously, but no one up for the Cardinals. Everyone elected to go back for the boost. And a little bit of bumping between the two teammates around the Stallions. Going to be a dangerous ball to the midfield. Joe, the pass to Cairo, but saved away by that strong Stallions defense.
Yeah, JP is just such an excellent player, and with that said, that was a dangerous opportunity set up by Herx there. But now it's JP's once again leading the charge for the Stallions. The Stampede coming in force, and that's a dangerous shot off stealing. And luckily, Cairo is there to pick it up. Now Joe picks this one up and is going to try and get the clear. Walks it along the corner. Wins the challenge, more or less. And that's up for Karu just puts that hard off the backboard, but Court is playing on the backboard. And that's one thing I've noticed from the Stallions, is that they get up there on the backboard and make so many plays off that backboard as well.
Backboard can be your best friend on defense. You learn how to use it correctly, and the Stallions, they're seeming to do it pretty well here. As a lot of those big, powerful hits, they're already meeting it at the backboard. JP's a little bit awkward here. Not able to get the touch, but they're going to corral it back to his backboard. A pinch with Gort all the way down to the side of the Cardinals. Hurts, he has to save, and he does at the last second. I mean, just plays like that, going for a team pinch, you don't expect it. It's been catching the Cardinals off guard. Speaking of that, look at the flip reset from JP's.
Oh, that was dirty. JP's, you can't be doing that to them. Like, just a great touch, shows so much patience. And then with that flip reset in there, tucks it over the defender, and with that, the Stallions take the goal-head goal in their match point victory game here. And with 2 minutes left on the clock, it could be all they need to win it. But knowing the Stallions, they are going to keep the pressure on, and that's exactly what they're doing as they almost find their second goal seconds after.
We've been bragging about him all series long, but JP's had another opportunity there, almost getting his second goal there on a powerful shot. It's just a little bit too high, but it's those opportunities that the Cardinals keep letting the Stallions have, and they've got to get out of their half. It's a big clear, but still no one there for the Cardinals, not able to get there. That's a good 50 from JP's down to Court. Court beats out one. Hurxes is there for the save, though. But still, saves are not what you need right now. You've got to get some offense going because the Stallions team is not letting go of the gas pedal.
Saves stop you from losing. Goals are what gets you to win the game. And right now, the Cardinals, well, they don't have enough saves to prevent them from losing, so they need the offense. And a good shot there by Joe, but it is picked up by Gort. Now Court is the one with the ball. He's going to play this one up off the ceiling. Gets a good touch, and this one should find the back of the net, but no, puts just a little wide on that far post. But Gort is going to break up the midfield play here. It is up on the wall for Cairo, but Cairo whips that shot. But a follow-up Cardinals does pick that one up. JP's with the save, and 40 seconds left on the clock. And now the Cardinals, they need to throw everything, including the spare tire, spare wrench, jack, kitchen sink, whatever they have at the Stallions net.
All cards on the table. If you're the Cardinals, you have nothing to lose right now. You're staring down match point. You got to get something going. There's a good chance. Joe, can he get the bomb? No, he can't. Court makes the touch last second. Still a dangerous ball, but Gork is there for the save. High to the backboard now. Good chance. There's going to be an open net. Can Kyra put it away? Yes, he can. And the Cardinals, when all hope was gone, managed to find a way.
Yeah, and not quite the dying seconds, but with little time left on the clock, they're able to find the opportunity. And you could see that the Stallions, their rotations had spread themselves out. One was at that far back corner, Booze picking it up, which left an open net for Cairo there. But now Joe has an opportunity here, gets broken up by Court. He puts it high off the corner, and corrects there with a shot with another touch. Not quite towards the net though. And so Gork is going to put this one forward. They just need to save. Just get into overtime, regroup, take a moment to breathe. And with that, we are into overtime of Game 4.
Low scoring game, 1-1 overtime. JP's off the kickoff. Goes straight to Hurxes. Now he's got a full boost and a lot of time to work with in the air. Gets one touch, gets another one. Trying to air carry it all the way in. Can he get a pass? No. Defensive Stallions holding on. Court a little bit of a whiff, but it works out for them. JP's with a big clear to the side, and Joe's waiting to corral. Gets demoed for his efforts now. Gork on the counter trying to get a shot going, but it's cleared again by Hurxes. The Cardinals showing some signs of life here. They do not want to exit this series early.
Yeah, getting swept is never what you want in a series. And hopefully they can win Game 4 as he sets it up. But that is broken up by an excellent challenge of the Stallions there. Corrects now wins that challenge, keeps it in the offensive end, but it lands right on JP's hood. He has boost, he has time, but it's going to go a little bit wide there. But Court is up, puts it back towards the center field, is broken up on that backboard. It's almost like they're listening to us. So Joe with a weak touch, but Cairo there picks up the ball, gets it past JP, but not Court. He's there sitting back for defense. And now Varex with a shot. It's going to be off the backboard. Can he find the double touch? No, he's a little high. And now JP's with a lobbing shot. Joe is there to corral it into the corner. But the Cardinals are feeling the pressure now.
Both teams playing a little bit faster, it seems. Got the extra level of energy right now. High floating ball at the midfield is going to beat there first. Gork into Cairo, neutral 50 down. Joe's here, hitting it to the corner, going to bounce up. Court, nice read to clear it down to the side, but Hurxes is there, high off the backboard, and JP is with a big clear to the midfield. Cord looking for the redirect, manages to get it round one. He's winning in the corner, getting chased, pressured by JP's. JP's now looks for the back pass. I like the control of the plays options here. The idea is going behind these plays for the Stallions, just the execution getting shut down by this strong Cardinals defense.
Yeah, maintaining possession is always advantageous. Now JP's here with the flick, little high, but he gets the follow-up demo, and just like that, the Stallions pick it up with Gork slotting it in under the crossbar after JP's put in so much work on this play.
Who else? Who else for the Stallions? The JPs. He's been doing it all. He's been a menace all series long, like you mentioned, and perfect ending for him to finish it. The beautiful flick to the demo play. You can't ask for much better than that, and a commanding way to take the game for his team.
Yeah, and unless my math is wrong, I think that is the Stallions with 4 quick wins there, sweeping the Cardinals. And while the Cardinals did do a good job overall, they weren't quite up to the challenge of this series against the replay Stallion Academies. And I don't know about you, but my MVP vote, if we even had an MVP vote, would be for J Beats. The man was
Oh,
everywhere.
most
He was
definitely.
setting up so many plays. And could you give us a quick breakdown of what he was doing right that had such an influence?
I mean, just watching him throughout the game, he was always where his team needed him to be. So it is so important, so vital that your team has that leader. And if the leader of this team most definitely has to be JP's because he was interrupting plays, he was getting demos, he was getting boosts, he was just being a pure nuisance to the Cardinals. They never had time to set up anything because guess who was there? JP's. He did it all series long. He was their anchor. And honestly, their playmaker, the Chris Paul of the NBA is JP's Rocket League right now. But no, that was a fantastic series. What a performance by the Stallions to take a commanding 4-0 victory on the first game of the night.
Yeah, now the Stallions had a very rough start in their season, but since then they've come back fantastically, and I'm very impressed about the growth that they have displayed over their series, and I hope it continues. Now the Cardinals, they couldn't quite get anything going. Maybe it was an off day for them, but they had moments of opportunity. So credit where credit is due. The Cardinals stuck through it. They kept these games fairly close overall. I wouldn't say any of these games were a blowout, and forcing an overtime on your game 4 on your match point there is impressive. They stuck with it. It was great tenacity, and hopefully in the future they are able to spread their wings.
Fantastic series from both teams. Like I said, the scoreline doesn't really represent the game. It was a 4-0, but it was very close games. Weren't blowouts. But regardless, that series is over. We've got one more on the night. We're going to try to get that set up, though, get all the teams and players ready in the lobby. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back as quick as we can.
Well, I know what Sis was thinking because he was just thinking about more Rocket League action. But unfortunately, that is going to be it for us today. So far, we just have the one series. And I know I always want more Rocket League action. But the good news is, if you want more Rocket League action here at the GG League, well, you just have to tune in next week where we'll be bringing you another best of 7 series. And so, with that said, I've been Saros Stims, and my co-caster has been Sis. So, Sis, any closing remarks for you?
Ah, no, it's a great series. I thought there was two series. I apologize to all the people out there that was waiting for the second one, but no, that was fantastic. Rackley. I love the Elite League and watching these players play. Such high skilled players. It's a pleasure casting with you tonight, and I'm so excited to watch the gameplay next week.
Yeah. So that's it here. Thanks for coming by and watching. GG's to both teams, and we hope to see you next week.